What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Real Talk, the number one real estate podcast in New Jersey. And today I am joined by Selena Cerezo.
Hey.
How you doing, Selena?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing good. It's been a while since we filmed the podcast. We kind of took a little bit of a hiatus. Things are really crazy with business, honestly. It's been super busy. We're in a new office, which we're now using as the set, I guess. She's at Tom's desk. So
I'm at Tom Clancy's desk.
Tom Clancy's desk. So we don't know what his situation is, if he's going to be okay with us using his desk or not, because he gets pretty territorial. So are you a little concerned about when this video comes out, what Tom's going to say?
I cannot wait to hear what Tom is going to say.
Well, anyway, we moved into a new office. Figured why not do the show that we call Office Hours in an actual office. It's a perfect set. This is natural. This is real. This is where we work every day. We took a little hiatus. Business was super crazy busy. I got involved in a lot of coaching, which I wasn't really doing much of prior since the last episode. But now I have all these coaching students, and we have space in here for all of them, and it's been a crazy dynamic. Definitely very encouraging and very. It keeps me going. It keeps me having to be in the office early every morning, cold calling, working with you guys. So, all right. So, Selena, I want to introduce you on the show. Selena is going to be a recurring guest, of course, because she's always in here with me working. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, what is your background? Where'd you come from? And how did you get into real estate?
So, first things first, I guess I can start off with saying that I've been in customer service retail for 8 years.
Okay.
I quit my job this year and decided to go full-time into real estate. I am 24 years old. I have been interested in being a real estate agent since I was 17. And
Really?
I went to real estate school when I was 17.
I didn't know this.
Yes.
Don't you have to be 18 to go to real estate school?
So I graduated high school. I'm a young graduate.
Oh,
so I could take
brainiac
the
in the
class. Yeah. I could take the class at any age, but I could not take the state exam until I was 18.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
So as soon as I graduated from high school, I was 17. I had to wait until November to take my exam. But I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, so I chickened out.
From the exam?
From the exam.
Okay, I know what happened.
And then I was working in retail. I wanted to do a fashion merchandising major. I went to college for a split second for a semester. And then I said, you know what? I need to go back into real estate. So when I was 22, I took my classes, took my exam, failed it the first time.
Like most people.
Took it again, passed it. And it's been a year in the making. It's been a lot of ups and downs, lots of confidence building, lots of nervous wreck feelings I've been going through.
Yeah.
And so now I'm here, and I'm having the best time ever. This is the
Best
funnest
time of your life.
This is the funnest thing I've ever done. I'm really, really big on enjoying my job and relationships and my environment. It helps me. As long as you enjoy your job, then you can be here any day of the week, any hour of the day, have fun, make money, whether it's a lot of money or a little bit of money, as long as you're having fun.
That's definitely true. We have a lot of fun in here, honestly. Probably too much fun.
Too much fun.
Probably too much fun. Sometimes work is not getting done because we have so much fun, but we figure it out. We get it done at the end of the day.
We're getting it done. We're still closing.
So what led you to have the realization, like when you had the two paths, fashion and school or real estate? Like what was there any like factors or anything that kind of put you in the direction that you went?
I'm very, very intrigued with interior design, and it's just something I really couldn't get away from.
Right. We talked about this a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So, fashion merchandising was very, very fun. I can't even lie. It's something that I still have a lot of experience in, and I still enjoy doing that also.
Okay.
And it kind of just tagged along with the interior design, things that are visually pleasing, I'm into.
Right.
So, I went to college, and I didn't feel like college was the right fit for me. I didn't know if I was going to get my degree. So I said, you know what, let me go back into real estate and let me start making some money. There's no limits to this.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a whole different world, and you don't have to necessarily go to school for it.
Right.
So I just said, you know what, no limits. Let's do it this way. I'm comfortable
Do
this
it.
way, and this is where I went.
Awesome.
So-
Awesome. So you were in Weichert first, right?
Yes.
For how long were you there?
I was at Weichert for probably 9 months.
Okay.
Just short of maybe, not a year. That's
Okay.
for sure.
And then you came over to Keller Williams.
Came over to Keller Williams.
Did you do any deals in Weichert when you were there?
Nothing.
No
Well,
deals at all?
No deals. I did a lot of unofficial stuff. I've worked with a couple rental leads. I've worked with a buyer maybe once. I've worked with someone who wanted to sell their house once, but nothing, ever made it to the finish line.
Yeah.
Like I said, I had a lot of confidence issues, and I wasn't really sure where I was going with things. I kind of, like, on top of loving my environment, having a good time in my environment, I'm really big on leadership and
Right.
who I'm learning from. I'm someone who knows if I don't know something, I'm not a fake it till you make it kind of person. So, and mentorship is very, very important if you want to become a professional. Not everything is, some people are good when they're self-taught, and some people need some assistance.
Yeah.
In a business like this, I think everyone needs assistance in some form.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm happy to have you here. And ever
Yeah.
since you come to Keller Williams, I mean, you've been killing it now.
I was actually going to come to Keller Williams first.
Oh, why?
I interviewed with Keller Williams first before I went over to Weichert. But I just felt like in the interviewing process, Weichert had a little bit more to offer as far as what the team looked like and what my leadership was looking like.
Right.
So when I came over to Weichert, and, it was a little bit too good to be true, I suppose,
Right.
I decided to come back to Keller Williams.
Yeah.
And Miss Gina, she grabbed me.
Yep, Miss Gina. So let's talk about now your first couple months as a full-time agent and what's going on. It's story time. I know you're dealing with some crazy clients. Not crazy, but just, you're learning the business. Like, you're really learning the business.
Yeah.
So do you have anything you want to tell us about that's going on? Like, what's your current deals lined up look like?
So I'm working with a lot of rental leads.
Yeah.
Right now, and it has been an experience. I'm working with Section 8 right now. I am working with more financially, clients who are in a better financial position, for lack of a better word.
You got a real scope to it because you have some Section 8 clients you're working with, and you have some clients who are looking for like mansions at like $4,000 a month rent.
Exactly.
So you're seeing all sides of everything.
So I'm seeing all sides of it.
Yeah.
This time being in, a full-time agent, it's crazy because, like I said, it's been a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun, even though I haven't made a lot of money.
Yeah.
I've closed one deal
Already,
so far.
You got one.
That was like in my first 4 weeks of working with you, like officially.
Yeah.
So that's pretty record breaking to me in
That
my
was
eyes.
awesome.
It was success. That's all I needed.
Yeah.
I heard a lot, in your first year or 2 years, you hear a lot of like, you may not close within that time. It may take a lot of time before you see any money.
Yeah.
And I spoke to actually one of the agents here. I spoke to Ellen, and she told me, hey, once you get that first check, it's like a drug. You
Right.
keep going. You just
Right.
keep going. Once you get a little taste of it,
Yeah.
you're in it to win it from there. And that's kind of where I'm at. I can't see myself going back, but I've been dealing with a very wide scope of clients, some who are very picky and a little bit more on the complicated end, and some who are very patient and know what they want, know what they're going for, and they're qualified to do it. So it's been a challenge. I actually just got an application accepted with
within like the last hour.
Yes.
So you got another one lined up.
Yes.
That's the thing. It's definitely true what people say is, you might not close a deal at your first couple months. Most likely you won't.
Mm-hmm.
And they're definitely referring to like buyers and listings more so. That's why it's always good to just take whatever you can get when you start, especially rentals. You close a couple of those. Like I've always told you, close a couple of rentals, make some good money, and kind of get your footing. But yeah, you within the first four, like I said, first 4 weeks, got one, and you are addicted already. Can you imagine when
Yeah.
you close a buyer deal
I'm
and when you make a
going to-
fat commission check? How you're
I'm
gonna
a-
feel?
Dude, already I was at the gym last night and I got the call
Right.
about my acceptance for an application I put in, and I literally ran from wall to wall, back and forth,
In the gym?
jumping around, making a scene in the gym.
Was anybody around you?
My girlfriends were around me, but
Like, on the other random people?
not too many, just one. And I didn't look at his. I did not look at his reaction.
What gym is it? Retro?
Metro Club
Metro.
Metro in
I never heard of it.
Freehold. Yeah.
But don't give it away. Now people are gonna go stalk you. Anyway.
I mean, I'm social.
Oh, wow. You're inviting it. That's dangerous.
Oh my gosh. But
That's hysterical though.
so when I make my first closing on a buyer,
Yeah, you're gonna lose it.
I'm going to lose it.
You're gonna be dancing around the gym like.
If I have no money in the bank, it doesn't matter. We're going to Miami anyway.
Oh my
until-
gosh. You're giving them every location that they can find you at. Metro, Miami.
We're going to Miami, everyone.
Oh my gosh. All right. So, where do you want to be? Like we've been getting ready, like working a lot, prospecting, getting ready for 2021. What are like some of your goals for 2021? Like realistically, now that you've been in the trenches a little bit for the last 2 months.
We set a goal that I thought was
Yeah, I think it's very doable still.
very doable.
Yeah.
I initially thought, my first goal was actually 25,000. I come from the retail working experience, hourly pay, minimum wage. Like, I've never made more than 25,000 in a year.
Right.
So
you're
I
trying to
thought,
double
let's test the waters here. Let's start off where I'm at right now. So when I heard maybe you should raise it to 50,000, Selena, let's go for 50,000. I thought that was kind of a joke, but I mean, now that I'm in this business full time and I'm feeling the vibes of how this works,
Yeah.
what we were talking about making potentially 91, 97.
Yeah, if
We
you
were
close
having a-
2 deals at like 300K, I think
Right.
it was. I think that was the math. I mean, just think about it. Like, Ashley's one deal, one buyer, is like right under 10K, I believe, somewhere around there. Right? That's one buyer. So you close 5 of those,
Dude.
and you're pretty close to 50K.
Yeah.
5 of those in a year, it sounds pretty easy.
So, when you think of it that way,
You got to break it down, make it more. Yeah, a lot of people overthink it, I feel like.
Right.
And you got to break down the numbers, look at it very simply, and then set your goals that way, because then you get overwhelmed by this huge number. You set small goals, baby steps. That's like
Right.
101 for like doing anything.
And I feel like a lot of the times with me, or the trend is like, okay, you may not see something for a while, but then all of a sudden things start rolling in.
Yeah.
So I think that goal is very attainable,
Yeah.
and I'm excited to make it.
Yeah.
And of course, once we break the first ceiling, we're gonna be on our way to break the second one,
Definitely.
so on and so forth.
So question, when you close your first big deal, let's say it's a $7,000 commission check. Let's just say that number. When you close your first big deal, what is the first thing you're going to splurge and treat yourself on? Are you going to spend anything on like an expensive bag or are you going to go crazy on something, or are you going to be super frugal and invest it or save it?
So first things first.
First
Pay
things
off-
first.
Pay off some debt.
There you go. That's smart. That's smart. There you go.
We're gonna pay off some debt. I mean, you guys will definitely see I'm a pretty fashionable girl, but I don't shop a lot.
Oh, no?
I do not shop a lot.
I thought you were about to hit like the vintage thrift store kind of stuff. That's your vibe.
I'm a
I feel like.
vintage. I bought clothes from years ago and I keep them. I can still fit them, so I'm wearing them as long as they're still in style and as long as I can make it work.
Yeah.
So
Styles keep coming back.
we're paying off debt. That's the first thing.
That's good.
Second thing, Miami.
Oh, so there's a splurge
We're-
for sure. She started with the paying off debt, but she didn't mention the Miami till now.
We're going to Miami, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Just sit on the beach. If I can listen, the first ceiling I'll break through, or not even the first ceiling, but the first deal we close, if it's in the wintertime, best believe I'm going to be in Miami while it's 30 degrees over here, and I will be on a beach, and I will be calling you guys from there, wishing you were here.
Maybe we'll all go. It'll be fun.
If we
Get the
could
whole
do
squad
that,
together.
let's make it happen.
Get Tom, Ashley, everybody.
That would be so
I can't
fun.
imagine what it would be like all of us on a plane.
Oh my god. Well, I sleep
It would
on
be
the plane.
chaotic.
I'm a sleeper on the plane, so I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll
but
see.
you're not gonna sleep on that plane. That's like a 2-hour flight.
So you don't sleep all night.
I guess we slept on the plane too. I guess you always end up sleeping on a plane. I feel like when you're on a plane, when you get off the plane, or even when you're on it, you feel like gross. Like I feel like I need a shower after I get off the
No.
plane.
I never feel like that.
I feel like groggy. It's like when you're in a car for really long. It feels like, you know what I'm talking about?
It's where I get that feeling from is when you fly. Well, first of all, you drive to the airport, then you fly,
Yeah.
then you have to drive from the airport.
I-
Then I'm groggy because it's so much traveling. Driving to
Yeah.
and from is the worst possible part. I love to fly. So
I love to fly too. I think now that I'm thinking about it, I think that it's more so that whenever I fly, it's usually early in the morning, so I'm like already tired, and I'm getting on a plane,
Right.
and I'm like exhausted even more so from
the
the
hack
process.
is the hack is to never sleep the night before.
Oh no, that sounds horrible.
Don't sleep the night before. Stay up all night. As soon as you get on that plane, close your eyes and
That
dream
sounds
it
like
away.
it's only a 2-hour flight though. You're not gonna get much
So-
sleep. You stay up all night, and then you're sleeping in Miami.
Nah, man.
Once you're in
going.
Miami, you're up.
Once you're in Miami, you're up.
Time for some margaritas.
Time for margaritas. Yes. It's time for a good time.
All right. Well, I want to open the show up a little more. We talked about a lot of real estate. We talked a little bit about stocks with Tom and Chris, but I want to make the topics more broad and be able to talk about finances and things. So let's talk about some of your personal finances, Selena, and I'll talk about mine if you have any questions.
Oh, jeez.
But let's talk about are you interested in investing? Like, what do you want to get involved in? Where do you want to put your money when you start making those big bucks?
When I start making those big bucks, I want to. I definitely do want to invest in real estate.
Okay.
I guess the first thing that comes to mind is just to really, own property and rent it out. I feel like that's, like one of the most typical things.
Yeah,
I think I would like to start there first
definitely.
and see how it goes. I mean, hey, like anything for residual income, I can't down that, A lot of people do it. A lot of people have experiences from renting out, houses that they own, whether it's good or bad, but, I think that that's a very good investment is owning real estate because someone's always going to need land. I mean, well, not land, but a house to live in.
Okay. Yeah.
There's never going to not be money in that business. So, but I mean, as far as other investments goes, I can't say that I'm 100% educated in all of the outlets
Yeah.
in knowing, so I'm definitely down to a lot.
We'll definitely
things.
probably end up talking about even more of it and getting more involved in it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Like, I want to talk about jewelry investments. I want to talk about stocks. I want to talk about,
For sure.
whatever, like Rolexes. Well, I said jewelry, but like Rolexes. That's an investment right there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think about that, but it is.
Oh, no, it is. I used to work for a watch company.
Really?
So I'm very familiar.
What company?
Invicta.
You were in the mall, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's give more locations so people can find you.
You'll never find me.
All right, so what else should we talk about in this episode? Let's talk about current events.
Current events, okay.
What do you think about what's going on in the world?
Oh,
The
man.
shitstorm that is 2020.
I'm really not someone who likes to involve myself in toxic energy.
So you shouldn't be around 2020 at all then.
2020 has been, a story and a half for everyone. But I've learned a lot this year. I've gone through a lot this year.
Yeah.
Financial wise, personal wise, work wise, everything wise. It's just been hell of a freaking ride. And I can't say I enjoyed any of it. But at least we can leave this year. I hope all of us, if not most of us, can leave this year saying that we learned something.
Yeah.
I think we all did.
Do you think 2021 is going to be any better? We are back. Technical difficulties. Selena's storage was full. So unprofessional on your first episode.
Oh my gosh. I had no idea.
Audio's good. She didn't know she had to supply the camera on my first episode. We really get everybody fully involved. You come into this operation, you were fully involved. Anyway, I don't know where we left off, but let's just talk about this real quick to close off the episode. Let's talk about where you see the next year going in regards to COVID. People are predicting this huge breakouts. We're seeing lockdowns starting to happen again. How do you think that's going to affect anything, everything, businesses, and especially our market, the real estate market?
It's tough because I'm someone who really likes to relax. But I do think that it's going to have another negative effect unless they come up with some way to make it work. So if we have another shutdown, I think it really just depends on how long that shutdown is going to be to really know.
I've been seeing a lot of people saying that like people are going to like riot against it and be like, we're not shutting down. Like, what do you think like the state of like civil unrest is going to be? Are people going to be defiant and be like, I don't care, I'm not wearing a mask? It's not like because they're so sick of it? Or do you think the majority of people are going to be like, all right, I'll comply?
Well, there's already a mix of people who don't want to comply. So
like, for instance, I read an article. Florida's governor, I think, said that no matter what whoever's president, no matter what they say, he's like, I'm not doing it. I'm not shutting down my country, my state. So now it's like states are like divided. Like everybody's going to like just do their own thing. It's going to be lawless anarchy.
It's really insane to me. If sitting down and resting is really going to help shorten the whole COVID situation as a whole, then I think that we should just do it.
Yeah.
Because if we don't, then it's going to linger around. And as people are minimizing it to be a flu, the flu has never gone away. So then COVID will never go away.
Yeah. I think they really need to figure out some type of way to like do it, but make sense of it and not shut down every business and keep like small gatherings and small groups, be able to like manage it in a smart way. Because for instance, like there are so many businesses that are going to be affected that could be operating at smaller capacities. Like for instance, our business here, like me, you, Tom, the 5 people that share this room specifically, we could come in here and keep it very safe because we all know each other. If anybody gets sick, we get tested. Like Tom got tested when he felt a little sick, But shutting down entirely is really going to throw a huge wrench in a lot of people's businesses.
Right. I think me, as someone who's been actually seeing how businesses are working with the whole thing right now, I would probably honestly say that people are not strictly abiding by the regulations that are in place right now. So there's regardless of how we personally feel, there's still a lot of leniency. Like I was just at the gym and a girl was running on the treadmill wanting to be slick and wasn't wearing her mask. And of course we all understand, like in the gym especially too, it's an impossible task almost. Like who wants to, work out with a mask on, but you have to do it.
Right.
And so when nobody is fully strictly regulating what is going on, then we're never going to have a handle on it. Right.
I'm trying to find this. I read an article. I'm trying to find the actual chart, but I heard that Joe Biden was speaking last night in regards to like what his plan is for COVID, and he had said that he's going to possibly follow the Irish, what the Ireland did, or I guess his advisor, like his doctor advisor, said that. And it starts out with like level 5, like there's levels to it as it unlocks, right? Like as as things get better. I'm trying to find it. I can't find it anywhere. But apparently they handled it really well. But level 5, like the first level, is super extreme.
Really?
Like you can't go anywhere.
Really?
Yeah. Like, there was one article I think I saw. I don't know if this is incorrect information. I'm probably spreading false information. But there was one article I saw where there was like, it was so extreme to the fact that you have to text a number, which is like the police in the area, to let them know when you're leaving your house.
That's going to cause an uproar.
Wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't that be crazy? That's like so much crazier than martial law. Well, I guess that is martial law. Martial law is just so you can't leave your house.
Uh-huh.
Wouldn't that be crazy though? That's like apocalyptic.
That is. That's like straight from the movies. Like,
I don't understand.
Think I could do
like, are there any countries? I'm really like, honestly, like I can just admit it that I'm really just not up to date on like my COVID news. But are there any countries that like fully recovered and are doing really well, like Spain or Italy or any of these countries that were hit really hard?
You know what? I'm almost in the same boat as you, but I can guarantee
we should do some research for the next episode.
Yeah, we definitely should.
I'm interested to find out like what countries are back operating fully and how they handled the measures and why isn't everybody just replicating that?
Because I know for a fact there was countries who definitely did a lot better.
Or had zero case, or had very low cases and just
Right.
kept it down.
And just kept it down.
Like, wasn't Korea one of them?
I don't know. I feel like somewhere
North Korea?
somewhere in Europe. It
Yeah,
was,
like
for
Sweden.
sure.
What? New Zealand,
New
maybe? Like,
Zealand. It could be.
well,
That's the thing. It's the population. Like, what
Yeah.
makes a difference? But it's like, guys, I understand. Like, a lot of people, it's also a mental health thing, and like I feel like when it was a shutdown, that was a perfect time to take care of your mental health at that point and figure out how to adapt, because people want to adapt with this virus so that it stays around, and that's not what we should be doing.
right.
So we should learn, instead of doing that, adapting to being still. And, I think that it's really, really tough and difficult. I think it is something that is a huge problem, when it came to the stimulus, this second stimulus that was supposed to come. And I mean, the first one in general, I did not agree with the amount that was given out, but I mean, it was something. And the thing is, it's a free country to an extent where, people are stimulating by using that money towards the wrong things.
Yeah, that's a whole nother topic, man.
It's a whole nother topic.
Because I believe they're trying to get the next stimulus check out. Well, I don't know who's trying. I hear mixed things. I hear Nancy Pelosi's against it, and it's all mixed bag of things. But it is questionable, because even though there are definitely people who need that support, in the way that COVID was handled, a lot of people are working now.
Right.
A lot of people are back to work.
A lot of people are back.
So they're not with those stimulus checks. They're not regulating who's working, who's not. Everybody's just getting it. Anybody who's was an employee somewhere, even if you're working again. So like, is that a resource? Can that money be put somewhere else that makes more sense? I think probably to people who actually lost their jobs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Versus a $1,200 bonus for people like you and me who are working. I mean, sure, I'd love it. Like, I'll take that extra $1,200 if everybody's getting it. Like, why not? But
Right.
I'm in a more fortunate situation than other people, obviously, because I'm able to work. Even if we're locked down, we still can get some work done technically from home. I mean, it's going to be like really,
Yeah.
we can't really close deals and show properties, things like that. But it's more flexible, our job, at least.
Right.
A little bit. I have here the Irish thing. You have something to say?
Yeah. No, I was actually going to say, it's funny. If we do have another shutdown and
Yeah.
the office closes,
I'm going to be so mad.
we should definitely squat like at like everyone's house, like take turns.
Yeah, but okay. So if we follow the Irish plan, let's see. If they go into the Irish plan
Yeah.
for level 5, which is where you start, no visitors permitted at all in each other's houses. 0.
No visitors.
No visitors at all. No gatherings at all. The only exceptions are funerals and weddings. 6 people can attend your wedding. That's the max. No indoor gatherings at all allowed.
Okay.
None. So even the weddings and funerals have to be outdoors.
Yeah.
Sports matches, none. Not even without the audiences. So no sports.
Everyone's going to
Bars,
freak out.
cafes, and restaurants open for takeaway food or delivery only. Not even outdoor dining.
We dealt with that
Wet
already, so-
pubs, which I believe is just bars and outdoor bars,
Yeah.
only takeaway and delivery services. So no outdoor seating, nothing. Domestic travel, stay at home except to exercise within 5 kilometers from your house.
Jesus.
And then public transportation, avoid completely. Only essential workers, 25% capacity. So that's like a little breakdown. I think there's like, if you go online, you can find like a further breakdown, but that's the Irish. That's how they did it. And then by level 1, all these levels. By level 1, it goes from visitors 10 people from 3 households, gatherings 50 outside your home or garden. Like it goes up, but not by much. It takes a while. Like,
Right.
So
It's
pretty extreme, but maybe that's the measures we need. Who knows?
One thing that is a huge lesson in real estate is to learn from the professionals, the most successful ones, and take those models because they've been successful, and then put your own twist on them. And I think that in
Right.
this case, the same thing needs to happen.
Yeah.
Take what works.
What they really need
Use
to
it.
do is like limit or like completely remove social things. Like we don't need this.
Sure.
We don't need the social. Like let people work
Yeah.
in like closed environments, small gatherings. Like if you can have a funeral or a wedding with 6 people, then why can't 6 people be working in an office? And then you
Right.
get rid of the social aspect. We don't need to go out and drink. We don't need to go to restaurants. We just need to get our work done. That's all anybody cares about, really.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I was also reading this thing. We'll just end it. I know we're running on a little bit here, but COVID California Thanksgiving restrictions. Have you heard about this in LA?
California Thanksgiving restrictions. Okay, go for it. Never heard of it.
All right, hold on. This is their guidance that the CDC gave for Thanksgiving. It's pretty comical, if anything. Let me see if I find it. Okay. If attending a gathering, the agency recommends that you bring your own plates, cups, and utensils, like for your family Thanksgiving dinner. Store your mask safely while eating and drinking. Avoid going in and out of the kitchen while food is being prepared. Use single-use options for condiments and food containers. Hosts can plan the meal outdoors with limited groups or open windows if dining indoors. Talk with guests about exceptions beforehand. Sanitize surfaces, blah, 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 blah. I don't know if this is the article, but basically I was listening to a podcast where they were talking about it. Oh, yeah. If you're traveling, look at the travel restrictions, get your flu shot, wear a mask, only take off your mask at the table when eating and drinking. Like, this is in your house for Thanksgiving dinner.
It's crazy.
It's insane. This is the world's coming to. The planet is just burning down.
You know, I would hate to live like that for an extended amount of time. Imagine this goes on for another year.
Can you believe that it's been a year almost?
Oh my God.
I feel like it's so weird. Time went so slow, but also really fast because we're in it's like all blur.
There is no concept of time after this year. That's for
it's all
damn
a blur.
Sure. For me, it's not even a blur. I feel like, for once, summer came at the perfect time. Spring came at the perfect time. Like my birthday was probably the most off feeling as far as time goes. I think we all had an interesting birthday this year too.
At least like during our birthdays, during this time of the year, things are a little bit more open, outdoors, bars.
I still kept it strict.
I know, but his birthday, April, in the heat of things, we couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
We could definitely do the comparison on that one. But like, to imagine doing this, like I said, for another year is just next level. I would hate to do that.
I know.
And I think that people have an issue with, dealing with a really hard period in time and just fighting through it so that at the end of it, there can be an end of it,
Yeah.
a light at the end of the tunnel.
It's especially interesting for us in the business that we're in because it's, it really affected things, not even like negatively, some of it was positive, like sales are up because there's limited listings and things like that. A lot
of us are more resourceful now.
Right, exactly. So it's kind of an interesting time that we're adapting to, and it's it's unusual. It's not like a normal realtor starting out in the business where it's just normal day to day. We're living in a crazy world, but a lot of the experts are saying that they do not see the market collapsing or going down. The people who are in forbearance on their loans and things like that for COVID, I was reading some things online where they're saying they can't imagine a world where the banks say to all of these people, the mortgages, you owe now or we're foreclosing on you. There has to be some understanding there and some type of process to like fix things and maybe reevaluate the mortgages or make a payment plan, because obviously there's so many people in forbearance who are holding off. So, they don't predict a crash, which is great for us. And hopefully our market keeps staying strong.
Yeah, hopefully so.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we'll end it here. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Make sure... Did it end cut? Video cut, but we'll just do audio only here. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe on the YouTube channel. Please, please, please. It means so much. If you're watching on Apple Podcasts, leave a 5-star review. And if you're watching on Spotify, make sure to subscribe. We'll be back next week and the week after and the week after. Don't worry. We won't take another hiatus. I promise. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thanks, guys.